The wait is finally over. The Sheldonverse just expanded with Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, and boy, does episode 1 bring a fresh spin on the Cooper family drama we've come to love. If you thought you knew what to expect from a Young Sheldon spinoff, think again. This show comes in hot with unexpected character development, tension-filled moments, and laugh-out-loud comedy. Today, we're breaking it all down, from the tense dynamics between Mandy and Audrey to Georgie stepping into his new role as a father. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end because we're diving into what this all means for the future of the Cooper family and how this series could shape the Sheldonverse moving forward. But first, let's take a look at the key moments that made this episode stand out. The episode kicks off with a fun nod to classic 90s sitcoms. An episode of Frasier is playing in the background. At first glance, this may seem like a quick comedic reference, but it actually hints at something more. The use of a laugh track immediately shifts the tone, signaling that Georgie and Mandy's first marriage will have a lighter, more comedic vibe compared to the grounded realism of young Sheldon. This is a clever bit of meta humor when Georgie comments on how Frasier is just a laughing show. It's a signal to viewers that this spinoff aims mix heartfelt moments with a more sitcom-like rhythm. Right from the start, we can tell that the heart of this spinoff lies in the tension between Mandy and Audrey. After a heated argument over the TV, Mandy vents her frustrations to Georgie, expecting privacy. But things take an awkward turn when they realize Audrey and Jim overheard the whole thing through the baby monitor. This sets up one of the central conflicts, Mandy's growing frustration with living under the McAllister roof. The next morning at breakfast, we're introduced to Mandy's brother, Connor. Remember him from Young Sheldon? Well, he's had quite the transformation. He's gone from being a minor character to a quirky, almost Sheldon-like figure who's obsessed with offbeat music. It's a fun twist, and it brings some levity to the episode. Connor's eccentric personality adds a layer of unpredictability that's bound to lead to some hilarious moments down the road. Plus, there's this fun little exchange where Georgie tries to bond with him over music, but Connor is too wrapped up in his own world to notice. It's awkward, but in the best way possible, and gives us a sneak peek at how these family dynamics are going to evolve. Now, let's break down some of the deeper themes and character motivations in this episode. The biggest source of tension comes from Mandy and Audrey's relationship. Ever since Mandy got pregnant with CeCe, Audrey has been critical of her every move. In this episode, that tension comes to a head when Audrey makes a low blow, suggesting that CeCe might have stupid genes because she hasn't started talking yet. Ouch. It's a brutal moment, and you can practically see Mandy's blood boil as she packs her things, ready to move out. This isn't just about a single comment. It's the culmination of months of criticism. Mandy's decision to leave the McAllister household is a pivotal moment. Until now, she and Georgie have been dependent on Jim and Audrey, but this episode signals a major shift. They're ready to strike out on their own, even if it means moving into a rundown trailer that shakes every time a train passes by. This moment is both comedic and symbolic. It shows that while they may not have everything figured out, they're willing to face the challenges together. And let's be honest, that shaky trailer sets the stage for some classic sitcom mishaps down the line. Meanwhile, Georgie's personal and professional lives are starting to clash. At Jim's auto shop, Georgie is put in a managerial role which immediately sparks tension with Rueben, longtime employee. Ruben's hostility is rooted in jealousy, which is understandable. He's worked there for nearly a decade, only to see Georgie step into a role that bypasses the usual grind. Georgie's new job brings its own set of challenges, and Ruben's resentment is going to add more fuel to the fire. This subplot not only adds depth to Georgie's character, but also sets up some workplace drama that could complicate things even further. It'll be interesting to see how Georgie handles this pressure. Will he be able to assert himself, or will Ruben's jealousy create more problems at work? It's clear this subplot is just getting started, and I'm curious to see how it evolves. Now, let's talk about some of the other key relationships in this episode, starting with the cameos from young Sheldon veterans Mary and Meemaw. Their visit to Georgie and Mandy's new trailer is brief but impactful. Meemaw, in her typical blunt fashion, is quick to criticize the tiny, cramped space, while Mary offers a more practical solution, moving back in with her. Mandy, however, is determined to assert her independence, and this moment really highlights the tension between wanting family support and needing to establish your own path. Another key relationship to watch is between Mandy and her brother, Connor. Although he only appears briefly, his quirky, offbeat personality is reminiscent of Sheldon. However, unlike Sheldon, Connor is more approachable and seems to have a genuine connection with Georgie. This adds an interesting layer to the show, as Connor may become a surprising ally for Georgie and Mandy in future episodes. Now let's talk about that ending. After a lot of back and forth tension, Jim manages to convince Audrey to apologize to Mandy, which is a rare moment of humility from her. But in true sitcom fashion, the heartfelt apology is hilariously drowned out by a passing train. Mandy accepts the apology anyway, and they decide to move back in with the McAllisters. The real emotional payoff comes when CeCe says her first word, Dada, just as Georgie and Audrey are hashing out their differences over the baby monitor. This sweet moment really drives home Georgie's role as a father and reinforces the idea that, despite all the tension, the family is slowly coming together. It's the perfect blend of humor and heartfelt emotion, showing that Georgie and Mandy's first marriage knows exactly how to balance the two. So there you have it. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, episode 1 kicks things off with a perfect blend of humor, drama, and emotional depth. The family dynamics are already starting to shift, and we're seeing new layers to characters we thought we knew. But what's next for the Cooper family? Will Audrey and Mandy's truce hold, or are we in for more fiery clashes? And how will Georgie handle the challenges at Jim's auto shop? Let me know what you think in the comments. Where do you see this show going? Make sure to like this video, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any updates on the Sheldonverse. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.
Thanks for watching, and if you are new to our channel, subscribe and click the bell icon so you do not miss out on our latest videos.